Hello guys, what is up? It is I, John. Welcome to Dungeon Crack. I am followed here by my boy, the Honorable Fodye, chat admin, Lawbringer. What is going
Woo!
on, my dude? Okay, this time I am here with kind of a somber theory-esque video. So, I don't make a lot of discussion type videos here, mostly due to time constraint. The last one I did was the new Pokemon Snap wish list. That's been outdated. By the way, did you see the new free content update?
Oh yeah, that
Dude,
looks
it's gonna be
fun.
fun. It's also got a river. So, actually, weirdly enough, one of my wish lists kind of half came true, actually. Because I said paleo. Huh. Okay, anyway, so this video is gonna be about Pokemon that are still gonna be missing after the Gen 4 remakes, theoretically. So let me explain this real quick. Essentially, if they are going to be remade the way they were in the original versions, that means that all 493 first Pokemon that were even in the series would be there, because that's how it was. All Pokemon were present and accounted for up to 493 in the original Gen 4.
Hmm.
However, 6th and 7th generation Pokemon will still be missing quite a bit. Because Sword and Shield does not have every single Pokemon, and 4th gen obviously only goes up to the 4th generation. Therefore, 5th and 6th gen. So, these are kind of, not really in any particular order, 10 Pokemon that I feel is really sad that they are still going to be missing from the Switch titles. Now, as me and Josh were talking about this, there's something I do have to bring up. First of all, this is theory based. This is kind of speculation. This is still a good couple, 3 months out from where the game's actually being released. So if you watch this a few months down the road and the games are out and it's something else, theory video. Just remember it. Second of all, the national dex situation. Look, I don't think it's as big of a deal as a lot of people are making it sound. I think it actually is really good that they're not including every Pokemon now. It kind of gives you a reason to go try other Pokemon out instead of staying in your comfort zone.
I mean, personally, whenever I play a game, I always try to use the new Pokemon because it's like, well, I've used these old Pokemon before. I want to see the new ones and try the new ones. But that's personally me. I get some people they like, you know, they
Yeah.
like the old Pokemon and they want the old Pokemon. I totally get that, but for me personally, like I said, the National Dex thing didn't bother me because again,
Yeah. So, all those out of the way, what are we doing here today? These are 10 Pokemon that we think are still going to be missing, that we are still sadly going to be very much lacking in the new games, theoretically. That being said, you ready to go on this adventure, Josh?
oh yeah, I'm pretty much getting the live reaction to his list right here in this video, so
Yes. So,
you'll get my live reaction and thoughts.
sadly, we do have to start on what I think will be the biggest smack in the face, and possibly even to Josh, this is going to punch kind of hard. All Unova and Kalos starters will most certainly still be gone.
Mm.
Now, if you guys didn't know, the Unova and Kalos starters are not in Sword and Shield. You cannot get them in there. And being that this is Gen 4 again, it's unlikely that we're going to see them there unless by some event or something like that. So that means, like, all of their line is just gone. So what do you think about that? Because I'm personally a little sad, especially the Kalos starters. I love the Kalos.
Yeah, that is big because like two ones that I really enjoy are in there. That being, I believe, Snivy and Froakie.
Oh yeah. See,
Those two I really enjoy.
mhm.
Froakie and the Greninja line are one of my favorites, and I also really enjoy the Snivy line as well. So yeah, that is thinking
Oh
about that.
yeah,
Yeah, that is kind of a bummer to think. Oh well, shit, they won't be
yeah.
there. So fuck, we're just
Hmm.
gonna have to wait a bit more, aren't we?
Plus, my God, the Kalos starters. The Kalos starters have a really big place in my heart because X and Y, me,
Yeah,
Josh, and Jordan kind of bonded even further over those games. Me and my two best friends in the world, and we all actually chose, weirdly enough, different starters by our own selves, and it was magical. And we cracked those games open. It was amazing, and I'm sad that I won't be able to get Finnegan for that reason.
and I mean like making myself look like a shitty Pokemon trainer here, but I fully admit I'm no competitive guy. I play until I get. I pretty much play a Pokemon game until there's nothing else for me to do in it. Catching all the Pokemon, or a new one ends up coming out before I even finish it. Because I love Pokemon. Pokemon's a huge part of my life, but I don't go like the hardcore competitive routes with it. So
Uh,
Greninja was the first Pokemon I believe I got to level 100. So
oh my goodness,
I got
it's just.
Pokemon Club. I got Pokemon up to the level 80s, but
Hmm.
then I was just like, man, leveling up and grinding is so slow now. And
Oh
now
yeah,
there's some other games I want to play. There's a new Pokemon game coming out, and I kind of want to play that.
yeah. It must have been great to just be able to sit there and just have a level 100 that you had the sweat equity to work up.
Yeah, I actually got the entire team on that game up to level 100 because well, I think it was the first Pokemon game on 3DS.
It was X and Y
So I was
2013.
really super into the game and was just playing the hell out of. I believe I
Hmm.
got the Y version, and I was just playing the hell out of it. And I got my entire team up to level 100.
Oh man, I'll never forget that night though. We all
Yeah,
just
that
sat down and played. It was legendary. So let's move on to number two. Um, Next, Litleo and Pyroar. Mm.
specifically them two.
Dude, they hurt, man. I don't know about you, but I love these two Pokemon. The male and female version of Pyroar literally are anatomically correct to lions. The cub is
Yeah,
adorable. It just is one of those weirder things for me where ugh, yikes.
yeah. They were a cool fire type. I'll give them that.
It's a
I
good
never
thing
was
though.
too much attached to them, but they were cool. They were really cool.
Yeah. My biggest thing as to why I put them on this list is mostly due to design, though.
Oh yeah, they're really good.
Because seeing them in the Switch Sword Shield style would be so cool. Um,
Yeah.
but next of all, let's talk about something that's a little more practical.
No.
By the way, this is also a thing, real quick, is that not every Pokemon here is going to get a lot of talk because just varying levels.
Yeah.
I do
I'll be able
have
to
great
talk. I'll be
reasons
able to talk about the ones that I know a lot of.
personally get a lot more attachment out of.
Yeah, like
That's
Litleo and Pyroar are
yeah,
really awesome Pokemon. It's just I didn't really use them. Don't know why.
yeah.
I just never used them.
Hmm.
That's
That
more
being
on me, I
said,
guess.
let's talk about number three because number three is something that was non-optional. You had to use these, and it was in the most beautiful and great way ever. The Skiddo line. I personally love Skiddo and Go-Goat. I think they're some of the cutest Pokemon in the generation they're from. And the transportation that they provided was awesome.
Papa Emeritus would be so sad.
Oh my god, totally.
Fans of the band Ghost will know exactly what I'm talking about with
Oh my god.
Go-Go.
Hmm. But this is exactly what I say is like, I think that I'm actually a little surprised they weren't in Sword and Shield. Because of
Yeah,
all the farmland, you'd think Skiddo and Go-Go would kind of work.
yeah, you think. Like,
Especially with Lulu and Double kind of going around, you'd think they'd be there,
yeah,
but
yeah, like, actually, now the thing about it, yeah, like, we don't get to see them two interact, which,
could you imagine a Go-Goat and a Double just crossing horns, just
that would be an amazing battle. And we're
so
never going to
sad.
have it until later. If they give us like more DLC or if they give us Pokemon, I don't know. But as of right now, we don't have it.
And
Very
now,
sad because that'd be an amazing battle.
see why I put him on this list now?
Yeah.
Yep. Number 4 is kind of the same reason. Is I would like to see this Pokemon kind of interact with a different Pokemon, and that is Crabrawler. Now that does mean Crabominable would have to be there, but I want Crabrawler in there to fight Clobbopus. I think that would kick ass.
Yeah.
And before you guys
Yeah,
at
totally.
me,
I want to see that. Give me that.
yeah,
God dang it! I want
yeah,
I want these fights. Give me the
yeah,
fight.
yeah. Before you guys at me and say I'm pretty sure, Crabrawler's not in Sword and Shield. By the way, I did actually look at a full list of all the Pokemon that were actually not in Sword and Shield to base this video off of, so if you can do a little bit of digging, you'll find that all these Pokemon are not there. Um, Mostly saying that because there are gonna be people, you know.
Yeah, the
The oh, I
we're
think this one's in
actually
here.
yeah.
Oh man.
Again, this is speculation. Don't be
Yeah.
a dick in the comments.
Yeah. Number 5 is Toucanon. Now, this one is for purely self-indulgent reasons, is that I love toucans, and I think that even though this is a very generic toucan design, I just want one. And I had this imagination that if you were in the armor of the Isle of Armor or Frost Tundra, instead of it following you, it could ride on your shoulder. And that broke my heart. A little
I don't
piece of
know
me
if it
died
could,
that
because I
day.
think it's gigantic, John.
So it's
Like it
Pokemon.
would crush you if it tried to. Like yeah. Well, hold up. I'm going to like. How big is
Toucanon.
what's his name?
Toucanon. Toucanon. Now that you mention it, now that I actually think about it out loud.
Okay, yeah. The thing is 3 feet and is 3 feet tall, 7 inches. It weighs 57.3 pounds.
Have you ever looked inside of your bag? Do you know how many stones are in your bag?
I mean, yeah, obviously the trainers are really strong with how much shit they hold in their bag, but still,
I think
that is a giant bird.
the biggest problem would be his shoulder width. Like how much of the bird. Like they could probably get a foot there. Maybe. That's what I think. You'd have to like hawk that shit all day. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
just saying, I don't want a 3 foot bird. Like now, if it was like a tiny bird that could just perch on
yeah,
my shoulder, but I don't want a 3 foot bird sitting on my shoulder. That
yeah.
thing's fucking huge.
Oh, that's true. When I think about it, yeah, no. But still,
The
I think it's
image would
still a
still be
very
cool.
good Pokemon. And
Yeah,
I would have liked to see him on
still,
the Isle of Armor, mostly because it's an
yeah,
island.
still should be in the game.
Yeah. Number 6, I thought of another cute environmental thing. Why can't we have the koala Pokemon himself, Kamala, just chilling out, and you could actually catch them on the island of armor wrapped around a tree. Then you could whistle it down.
Bro, that would have been cool. Like like sometimes you just get wrapped around a tree and then you run up to it and it engages you in battle.
Yeah. Mm, it hurts. It's hurting.
It just would have been a clever way to
Yeah.
trick the Pokemon in.
That's my biggest issue is like, okay, I know this is a bit of a tangent, but come on. They put the fossil Pokemon. Now, they don't fit anywhere. You can just suck a big one. Hey, look, I'm Game Freak. We're only going to put in Pokemon that actually make sense where they're belonging.
Like,
Okay, explain that. You don't
yeah,
put a freaking toucan on an island, but you'll put fossil Pokemon in the Frost Tundra.
I guess if there had to be an explanation, is maybe they were frozen in the ice and the ice melted and they were able to live. But also at the same time, I'm just
Fair,
saying
but
that kind of. But still, the point is to bring that up is it does still defeat the purpose. Technically, it defeats the purpose of fossil Pokemon because the point of fossil Pokemon are they're supposed to be dead and you bring them back to life.
yeah.
Or in the case of the fossil Pokemon on
Uh,
actual like
Sword and Shield, yeah.
they're just fragments of Pokemon that used to live together that you hideously morph together in various combinations to make terrible abominations that
To be
cause you want
fair,
to die.
I will be fair to Game Freak just for a quarter of a second here on this. Is the difference in the fossils and the way they do them in this generation. If they wanted the fossil Pokemon in, they would have had to do something else for those. So,
Yeah.
fine, but
Granted,
still.
I think that's one of the that is one of the more clever uses they've done with fossils is have like them
Yeah.
like 4 variations that you can mix and match together, but they also make like quite the abominations that
Yeah, dude.
like
It's
if these
horrifying.
things could talk, they'd be screaming, "Kill me!"
Yeah. Okay, so number 7, um just again very situational to like what I'd like to see. 7 is Furfrou. Now, this Pokemon is very French. Before we get into this one I think does not fit, but I would like to have saw Furfrou just kind of in the towns over Galar, because I feel like the UK is close proximity enough to the Kalos type region just to kind of make it okay. You know,
Yeah,
I feel like there's a little crossover, just a
yeah.
bit.
I mean, heck, there's poodles here.
So just the fact that they took out a dog, I think Snubble's also out, but again, this isn't really about Gen 2 Pokemon. That's that would be a completely different list, and it would take me a million years to do that. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about Furfrou. So heading on to number 8, though, is the Deerling and Saucebuck. Now, Deerling, I think, would have worked really well because of the weather conditions in the wild area. And not to mention, deer kind of exist everywhere in some kind of way. So
Yeah,
just the fact that they're not there feels a little weird. Especially considering Deerling kind of looks like a UK nursery rhyme animal. You know, what I mean, it looks very UK as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Like the problem with Deerling is it like I don't know. I don't think Deerling's been in a whole lot of games. Like he still he still shows up every now and then. And then of course there's the like with like in some games with national dexes and stuff. But the
Yeah,
problem is it kind of screwed itself because I think only it was an X and Y, right?
it was Gen
Not X and Y,
5. It was
black and
Gen
white.
5. It was black and white. I think the
Yeah,
problem is I don't think you could catch it
I
in
don't.
subsequent gens. You could only bring it over from Gen 5, I think.
Yeah, because like one of the problems I think is this. It it is like a how can I describe this? Like that was like a game that implemented seasons. Like every I think month, a new season would happen, and that was the
Mhm.
gimmick that played into Deerling and Salzbuck. It's like each season, you could catch a new one that would have a different thing, or the one that
Mhm.
you have would change for the season.
Yeah. See, I think that's why I'm a little sad that they didn't get into Sword and Shield just because with the wild area, it felt
Yeah,
like it could have, you know?
yeah, that's probably how they could
They
have
could
done
have
it. But like,
gotten away with it this time, but they just didn't.
yeah, because like
So-
it was like the Pokemon that was bent on its like having seasonal changes in in the game. And
yeah.
Pokemon hasn't really done that. What they do now is
Just kind
they're
of
into
weather
weather,
patterns.
especially in the wild area. But I feel like the weather is the way they could have done it. You know?
Yeah. Sadly, this is probably the most hopeless case now that I'm thinking about it. Deerling and Saucebuck, guys. I'm just saying. I mean, thinking about it, if they didn't do it this way, then the best we can hope for is a Gen 5 remake if you ever want to see them again. Like, that's all I got to
Yeah.
say about this. But thinking about it, I think this one might be the most screwed now that Josh brought that up. So, the next Pokemon, and this is another line, is the electric line. Now, I kind of think this is more because of its typing. Water electric is few and far between. In fact, I don't even know if there's any other than these two. And it's just always cool to see interesting type matchups. So I think this could have been a really good Pokemon.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you know, Electos. That's it. That's it.
yeah,
Electos and Electric, like the eel Pokemon. I think
yeah.
the
Oh, that must
only other Thunder.
also
Trying to think
that
if.
must be kind of creepy, like it creeping up on you
Oh
and talking.
God, though. He coming for that booty, though. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. Yeah. There's only 4 water electric types I can think of, and that's these two, Lantern and Chinchou. Um, was there any other? I don't know. Mostly, again, it's that type that it is as to why it got here. Now, for the number 1. None of these are kind of in order. I think the Unova and Kalos starters were kind of number 2, if you ask me, as far as upsetting. But this last one is number 1, respectively, due to the fact that I feel like this could have really been avoided.
uh-huh.
Meloetta and Hoopa. Here's the deal. Max Raids. Dynamax Adventures. Really? Really? Actually? why did you even leave those two out? You
That is
got the
weird.
Ultra Beasts. You've got the Tapus from the freaking islands that were only supposed to be guardians of those islands. Really. Like,
Yeah, that is.
it's stupid. It's nothing but stupid.
Like, aren't they actually legendaries too?
They
Like,
are legendaries.
is it because they
Meloetta,
present legendaries or?
technically, they are mythical, but mythical and legendary kind of,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
That also means I guess Victini's not in it as well, right?
Technically, I think it does. I think Victini must have been included at some point. Because,
Okay, so that's weird.
let me
So yeah,
check real quick.
they're just like, yeah, just fuck them, I guess.
Sword and Shield? Yes, you can. Pokemon Home only, though. So you have to have it from a generation previous.
Okay, okay.
So that even makes it worse.
Okay.
What the hell?
All right, that's
What is this freaking logic?
yeah, okay, yeah, that's weird. I don't get that.
This one I bring as number one mostly due to linearity problems. That's my issue with this whole thing. Meloetta and Hoopa aren't exactly my favorite legend slash mythicals, but this one just feels lazy to me.
Yeah, I get that.
So, now, for a quick little thought, a couple of honorable mentions. Remember, there are 62 Pokemon in total, so I'm not going to go over a lot here. The Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour lines are all gone. That one's a little sad to me because they're cute. Blitzel and Zebstrika are gone. Ducklet and Swano are gone. Oricorio from Alola is out. You know, the colorful birds. Pick-a-Peck is out, weirdly. And yeah, there is a lot more, but however, think you guys get the point here. Any last thoughts, Josh, on this whole entire topic? Because my God.
It's very interesting. Like I said, I don't like missing Pokemon doesn't bug me personally.
Yeah,
But
neither here, but
very, very interesting, and I'm pretty sure some of them Pokemon have fans, and they would like that, you know.
I think the only ones, like, again, remember that I only had 62 Pokemon to work with. So I just picked the ones that I thought could have either fit in the game more or I had personal attachment to. I think the only ones that really physically hurt me are the starters, though. Like, while the Meloetta and Hoopa thing is just plain out stupid, you know, I can live with it. I can live with all this, really, but either way, this has been a very cool little podcasty almost list here. I'd like to thank Josh for coming on and hanging out and giving his opinions here and there. Other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this discussion slash thought video. I will be doing more of these in the future. What's up?
In the comments, if you watch this, give a Pokemon that isn't in the Game of Sun of Sword and Shield and possibly the upcoming game. Give a Pokemon that hasn't made it in yet that you really like and you
Yeah,
would like to see in it.
exactly. I think this is definitely a very good discussion to have because honestly, we may not be able to do anything about it, but you know something? Still pretty cool to just think about these kind of things every now and then. It makes me wonder though, The Legend of Arceus as a closing thought. I wonder
Mm-hmm.
if there's just going to be Gen 4 down. You know what I mean? I feel like because it's a past tense type game, they could get away with a little more there.
Yeah,
Just on the technical thought there.
yeah,
So, yeah, either way, my name's been Sean. That's been Fodye. And this has been Dungeon Crack. Thank y'all for coming. Later.
woo!